Hey, I'm back. So Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. In fact, it's one of my favorite franchises. Too bad 3 Remake sucks. Now, before I start with the negatives, I want to start with the positives, because this game does have a couple positives. I thought that the gameplay was fun, you know. All things considered, this horrible remake actually had a lot of good gameplay. But besides that, like, I genuinely did not enjoy the rest of the game. But the gameplay was fun, you know. Sure, it had its hiccups. I didn't like that in instances where zombies get on top of me, I can't stab them off of me, you know. I really didn't like. I thought it was very flawed. I get that they added the dodge feature, but I feel like the gameplay could have been better if they just let us stab zombies instead of just, you know, dodging left and right. Because half the time you had to be perfect dodging. But that's more of a minor critique. I actually really like the graphics. The graphics were actually better than in RE2 Remake, which is kind of weird, because RE2 Remake was very dull and blue. Does that make sense? Well, in this game, like, it's very vibrant and vivid, and, you know, I as a person who's, like, studying film and whatnot, I actually really appreciate that. I actually really like that they added a lot of color to this game. I also really like Nikolai. I'm, like, the only person who thinks Nikolai's better in this game than the original. I kind of just thought Nikolai was, like, just bland in the original game. I like that in this game, at least he's kind of cartoony and evil. And he kind of looks like that kid who makes fun of Fortnite OG, like that, like, 7-year-old. And I also really like what they did with Brad and Marvin, you know, their tragedy to what happened to Marvin in RE2 Remake. I actually really enjoyed those factors. And lastly, the last character that I actually think was improved was Carlo. I think Carlo was really improved. I actually found him very funny. I found him charming. At first, I found him a little annoying, but then I remembered that in the original, he basically didn't have a personality besides I want to fuck Jill. So, I actually really appreciated what they did with this character. However, that is all the positives I have. I think the worst thing about this game is Jill. I have no problem with strong women. I love Star Wars. My favorite characters are strong women, you know. I love all these strong characters, right, that are female. However, Jill was butchered horribly in this game. They made her very different than she usually is, you know. In Resident Evil 1 Remake, you know, it's the same timeline, you know. This is supposed to take place after Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1 Jill, she would cuss here and there, you know. She would just, like, cuss, you know, like, you're in a survival situation. Like, you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna cuss. There's nothing wrong with it, right? However, Jill was very calm. She was very soft, you know, and she was very kind and caring. She wasn't this hard-boiled soldier character arc. Like, I found it strange that they went with this direction with Jill, because she's not like that at all. I'd understand, like, after RE5, you know, after what happens with her, but, you know, it doesn't make sense in this point in the timeline that she's cussing out Nemesis and she's just doing all these things, you know. And I found it absolutely blasphemous that they wasted Jill's best line on just a random encounter with Nemesis, not the end of the game.
Come on, you creepy-ass stalker. You want stars? I'll give you stars.
No good.
You didn't earn that line, bitch! It baffled my mind. It like genuinely made me upset hearing that she wasted one of the best lines that you could use at the end of a video game. Yes, it's cheesy. Yes, is it corny? But it's fucking cool. It's badass. I want to hear Jill be cool. But they try so hard to make Jill cool. And it kind of takes away from the game. Which leads me to Nemesis. They did my boy dirty. I love Nemesis. Nemesis was so scary. He was terrifying. I shit my pants every time he showed up in the game. And they butchered him in this game. They absolutely butchered him. Not only was there any encounters with him in the game, they just straight up made him a goofball. The reason I made him the thumbnail, making him look like an idiot, is because he was an idiot. There's so many instances where Nemesis could have just snapped my neck, like broken my face, or just absolutely fucked me over, but instead he just throws me. It just doesn't make sense, and it's kind of stupid. It's really stupid, and I don't understand why Capcom just screwed over Nemesis, one of the most iconic tyrants next to Mr. X. You know, like, it baffles me. And then not only that, like, his boss fights were kind of lame. You know, he kind of just became the alpha and just started running around on all fours. And then you just gotta, like, throw a grenade on the wall and then he just falls over. Like, it's sad. And don't get me started on his last boss fight. Like, I found it so disappointing that he just became a giant flower monster blob thing and just had a bunch of tentacles waving around. And Jill just grabbed this fucking huge ass gun that probably weighs like triple the amount it should, and she's just carrying it like nothing. I found it sad. I found it pathetic. They just ruined two characters like that, and they gave her such a bad line at the end of the game. We're almost there! Come on! Oh yeah. Eat my shorts, bitch.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
That is so fucking dumb. Nemesis isn't crushing on Jill. He's trying to kill her. And even then, he's incompetent. He can't kill her. He's stupid. And the worst part is on a normal difficulty, you could just take him down with a grenade. Like, it baffles me. Like, they really ruined him. They really ruined Nemesis. And it's something I can't forgive. This game has fun gameplay because they did Mr. X so well, but they did Nemesis so horribly. You know, it hurts my being knowing this. And the game was just so short. I beat it on New Year's Day. As soon as I bought it, I beat it. Sorry guys, a little guy tried to interrupt us while filming. Say hi, Cooper. Alright, that's enough cameos for my dog. The game was so short. Like, I genuinely beat the game in less than 10 hours. Like, you know, it's sad that somebody beat the game 100% and was able to get a Steam refund. You know how foul that is? I'll literally put the link in the description. It's that foul. This game is that bad and that short that you can beat all of it, get 100% on it on Steam, unlock everything, and just get a refund for it. It's baffling. It's absolutely baffling. And the reason the game is so short is because they cut out so much content. They cut out the clock tower. They cut out the park, the cemetery. Oh my goodness, they cut out so much. They even cut out the beginning of the game where you just run around in the streets. Like, yeah, there's like 2 streets, but like in the original, there's like 5 streets you can just run around. I want to explore over there. There's a that's the gas station. That's the fucking gas station that blows up. Why can't I go over there? It's baffling. It's absolutely baffling. And I find it sad because this game had more potential than Resident Evil 2 Remake. Because they did Mr. X better in Resident Evil 2 Remake. But they screwed over Nemesis so much in this game. Like, I'd even consider Nemesis a lack of content as well. Because they just straight up cut out everything from him. The clock tower is probably the most iconic part about Resident Evil 3 in general. And they just ruined it. They just took it out, you know? And it makes me sad because I'm a fan. I like the remakes. I love a Resident Evil 4 remake. I think it's better than RE4 original because I like difficulty in my games. I think Resident Evil 4 original doesn't have difficulty. But you know, it's sad that they did this game very badly. They wanted to rush it because they wanted money. And if they're going to remake Resident Evil 1 remake, I think they should remake Resident Evil 3 remake as well. They need to remake it. This game could have been salvageable if they added a DLC which let you play as a different character, to add the clock tower in, add the cemetery, add the park, add all these parts of the game that were just taken out, you know? Like, I think it would have been really cool if they added the option to play as Kendo, and then you just escape Raccoon City. I get now he's dead, you know, like his brother wrote a book in Resident Evil 8, but like, you know, I think it would have been so cool if you could have just escaped Raccoon City as Kendo, and you went to the clock tower to signal for help, and like a normal tyrant was after you, which was basically Mr. X, basically, or just Nemesis, you know, basically fits the role of Nemesis. I thought that they could have done something like that, but you know, instead they just wanted to push out Resistance, which is a horrible multiplayer experience. Overall, I'm very sad as a Resident Evil fan that this is how the game turned out. I really wanted Resident Evil 3 Remake to be better than I was told it was going to be. My friend Nick and Gavin were just telling me this game was going to be horrible. I went into it optimistic. It did not pay off. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I'm sorry I'm a day late, you know. Life happens, you know, I was prepping for college and whatnot, but yeah. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, you know, it helps me out a lot, and comment down below Jill sandwich because I'm hungry. So yeah, have a great day, and remember the government's always watching.